Bonjour. Aujourd'hui, nous allons apprendre le passé composé de les verbes réflexifs. Basically, whenever you want to talk about reflexive or whenever you want to use reflexive verbs in the past tense, you have to use the verb être, okay? That is what's key. So if any time you want to say I woke up, right? Remember your reflexive verbs, things like I woke up, I got dressed, I washed my hands, I brushed my hair, anything like that, if you're using it in the past tense, you have to use the verb être, okay? So that's key. So I'm going to write être here. And just to remind you guys what that is, you have suis, et, nous sommes, vous êtes, and il and elle sont. Okay. So an example, we hurt ourselves during the hike yesterday. Okay, I wanted to say we hurt ourselves during the hike yesterday. And we hurt ourselves, or to hurt yourself, is it's a reflexive verb, first of all. So I know, okay, I need to use the reflexive verb, je me, tu te, il se, okay? And then I also know I'm using it in the past tense. So I want to say we hurt ourselves. This is past tense. This was yesterday. So I know I'm going to have to use a reflexive verb, and I'm also going to have to use the past tense, the passé composé, okay? So let's do nous. I want to say we hurt ourselves, okay? To hurt yourself is fait mal. And then remember that with reflexive verbs, you have nous or je me, right? So I'm going to do nous, and then I want to use the past tense, so I'm going to say ça fait mal hier, okay? We hurt ourselves yesterday, and then during the hike, pendant la randonnée, okay? So first of all, here's our reflexive nous, and then I wanted to use it in the past tense, so this is our passé composé, and this is our reflexive. Okay? So this is basically how you're going to construct this. So remember that it does need to agree in gender and number. Passé composé with être is always really particular about that, right? Must agree in gender and number. So if I wanted to say she sat in the dentist's chair, okay, she, to sit down is assis, okay, so she sat, here's my reflexive, here is my, here's my passé composé. Passé composé, two parts, right? Reflexive, PC. And then it is agreeing in gender and number. She's just one person. And then there's an E at the end because she is a girl. Okay, so she sat in the dentist chair. Let's see. If you want to do it in a negative sentence, it gets a little more complicated, but I'm just going to give you an example so you know the order. Basically what you'll do is you'll place ne before the reflexive pronoun. And then pas after the helping verb. the auxiliary verb, right? You can say auxiliary or helping, whatever way you know it. I'm just going to write helping, the helping verb, okay? Which is être. Whatever it is, however you conjugated it. So if I wanted to say they didn't get angry, the way that I would do that in French is I would say elle, and then it says ne needs to come before the reflexive pronoun. So before I put my se, I need to do ne, then se, and then it's past tense, okay, elle. If you look back at the verb être is with sont. So elles ne sont, then it's going to go after the verb that you conjugated for être, pas. And then you would say whatever else is there. So mise en colère. They didn't get angry, okay? So he came first, he came after the verb être, and then your reflexive obviously needs to be in the sentence as well. Okay. Okay, so this is all I have for you guys, the passé composé reflexive verbs. You just want to make sure that you remember how to do être, you remember those conjugations for être, and that you're able to talk about these things in the past. Like I said, if you were talking about your daily schedule, in the past tense, then this is what you would use. You would use passé composé. I went to bed too late, then I woke up. I brushed my hair, I brushed my teeth, all of these things, it would just be, you're adding, instead of je me fais something, you're going to add je me suis, okay? So we will do a lot of practice in class today and tomorrow. Make sure you have these notes and bring in any questions you may have. Au revoir, à bientôt.